Hello, welcome to Tidbits with Christina Williams, founder and CEO of Ahava Co-Fetch Productions. Today, I have with me Mr. Marc Renard. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Nice to be here.
Yes. So you were coming here today just giving us a little bit of insight with what you do, and what is it that you do that you would like your audience to know?
Once again, it's a pleasure to be here to share what I do. What I do is I'm consider myself an artist. I consider myself a creative. I do paint parties, tutorials, do portraits, different various types of ways of creating, just tapping into that creative energy that people have.
Okay, so what inspired you to do this? Like, have you always wanted to do this? What age did you, I guess I could say, that you really thought about being an artist?
I started drawing and painting when I was around 5 or 6 years old. And I kind of put it to the back burner because, as a child, you really don't know what it is that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, you run from your gift.
Yeah.
And then life brings you back to it. I had some setbacks and some experiences in life where it brought me back to being creative. And that was like therapeutic and also a way for me to be able to give back to the community and also be able to sustain myself financially.
Oh, nice. So when you said setbacks, how did the artistry or the painting help you get through that? Was it more so of like an emotional support type, or was it just because everything was going on around you, you kind of like lost yourself in it?
It was a mixture of both. I lost myself in a few things, and it was more of an emotional point where I could express myself. Sometimes musicians express themselves through music. Mm-hmm. Some artists express themselves through their work, and it saves money on therapy bills.
Yeah. So, was it difficult to find your groove when you started back into doing what you love to do? Or was it like a smooth transition into, I guess, your artistry?
It was pretty much a smooth transition because my inspiration normally comes from either music, current events, things that may have gone on in my life or in the past, or other things that people have shared with me. So it's just always, it's like getting it out of your head onto that canvas, and it's that release.
Yeah. That's true. So do you have like a support system now that you've been traveling down this road again, I guess you could say, in this point of your life? Do you have like a pretty good support system, or is it kind of like one of those things where people just think this is just a hobby and they don't view it the way you view it?
I don't view it as, well, okay, your first question was, yes, I definitely have a good support system. I have family, friends, good team of people that support me in my business, that come to different functions that I may have and give words of encouragement, that express interest in what I do. It started out as a hobby, but then once it's turned into a business, that it didn't take the fun out of it.
Gotcha.
But it did make me look at it more seriously and how people tend to form businesses and corporations, and you gotta kind of blur that line.
Yeah. Did you think you would become an entrepreneur or pursue this as like an actual business?
No, I never thought that.
Never.
I would be doing this. But
so just being an entrepreneur, period, this was just...
Well, I mean, I've always had the entrepreneurial drive and spirit, but I just never thought that this part would be, this aspect of being a creative does this. So
So it's safe to say you didn't go to school for this. This is just something you just freelance,
this
basically.
Is just all self-taught.
Nice. So with that being said, I know you gave some services that you offered. Could you just repeat some of that services just for the audience?
Okay, I do portrait work, paint parties virtually and in person, especially with COVID. Tutorials, fundraisers. People have actually been inquiring about to raise money for different funds. Just those are mostly the main things that I do.
Okay. And what is the official name of your business?
The official name is Proper Perspective Designs LLC. It is I can be found on all social media sites. That's Facebook. It's Proper Perspective Designs LLC. Instagram, same thing. That's pretty much it. And the website is Proper Perspective Designs LLC.
Okay, nice. So, I guess during this pandemic that you kind of mentioned a little bit about it, where you offer some services virtually. As an entrepreneur, how have you dealt with this whole thing? Has it slowed, or do you think it's actually picked up since the pandemic?
Actually, it's picked up. I try to thrive myself more of doing everything hands-on and in person because it gives you that feel. And my whole thing is what I get out of it is self-gratification of seeing people embrace their creative side that they may not have thought that they had. Everybody has something in them where they can create. So they get a blank canvas and they're able to go from a blank canvas to a full-blown piece of work that is their original piece of work.
Gotcha.
Virtually, that just started maybe about 6 months ago.
Okay.
So it's still new to me, but that part has definitely picked up and it has helped with, the pandemic and it's just been taking off.
Oh,
and I
awesome.
actually did one today before we came.
Well, that's excellent. So I'm going to ask just one more question before we go on a quick break. Are there any other business ideas that you've thought about doing, I guess, in this particular field, or is there other business ideas besides just artistry?
Well, me personally, the artistry is one outlet for me. That's why I don't really consider myself an artist. I consider myself a creative. Like I can see the details in things, and I can replicate them, or I can envision them. And that's as far as how the mind works. And with the mind and the body working together, you create.
Gotcha.
So with that, I'm actually a construction inspector. So I have to see the details.
Nice.
I'm actually a home inspector. So I have to see the detail in things.
Okay.
And I work with other mediums other than canvas. I do wood, canvas, cement, steel, anything that I can vision and I visualize and I can put my hands on it and I can create from that.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Well, guys, we're going to go on a quick break and I will be back shortly. Hello, everyone. It's your fun fact for today. Did you know that Gladys Knight is dubbed the Empress of Soul, and she's considered the first female R&B singer? Bet you didn't know that. That's your fun fact for today. Have a wonderful day. And we're back with my guest, Mr. Marc Renard, and you heard all of the information that he shared so far. We will be repeating his pages so you can follow him, ask him questions about his business, and all of that good stuff. So now we're about to do the 30-second trivia. So the first question is, what is the first painting ever known to man?
I believe the first painting ever known to man is, I don't know the name of it. I think it's the one with God's hand reaching down. But I also wasn't there either.
I know. It actually was a red disc painted on the wall of the El Stilo cave in Spain. And it's estimated to be about 40,800 years old. And it's regarded as the oldest painting ever. Fun fact.
I will remember that.
Okay, the next question is, what is the most expensive painting in the world?
The one you buy.
For real? You don't know?
Because it'll be near and dear to you. You can't put
Really?
a price on art.
Okay. It's the Mona Lisa.
You said the most expensive or the most famous?
The most expensive.
Oh.
Was the Mona? It's the Mona Lisa. Okay. Last question. Let's see if you can get something right. Who owns Mona Lisa right now?
Mr. Mona Lisa.
You're just messing with me. It's wrong again. The French Republic in Paris, and it's been there since 1797. Anyways, you didn't get anything right, but it's okay. Thank you for playing.
Thank you. It was
All right.
pleasure.
Okay, let's get back to this. But so with everything that you've stated so far, and I know you've stated that you had some setbacks. Do you think on this journey so far that you've been successful with everything that you've set out to do with this business, even with the setbacks and all? Do you think you've been successful?
Well,
do you feel you've been successful?
Well, the setbacks only give me the passion and the energy to keep pushing forward. So far, everything has been prosperous. It's been more enjoyable and more positive. So I get more out of it emotionally than financially. So it's
always a good
this
thing.
This is just my way of I'm enjoying what I do.
That's great, because I know being an entrepreneur, there's a lot of stresses that you deal with that's behind the scene. Would there be something that you could tell a newbie coming into being a boss, having their own business?
Okay. First, I would say figure out what it is that you love to do. And if you love to do it, then it's not considered work. Second of all, make sure the business aspect of it is concrete. That is where I struggled and sometimes still struggle with separating the business from the art and putting the business and the art together.
Oh, that's good.
So, that's what I was, and make sure that you know your worth.
Yes.
You put your price, you set your price. I'm sorry, not put your price. You set your price and you stick to it.
Yeah, I heard him. Stick to it now. Stick to it. And the last question, what's one thing you would change? I guess, what's one thing that you think you would want to change?
About?
Just, I guess the overall journey, life, whatever, in your life, basically, is being an entrepreneur, just being who you are. Is there something that you would want to change along this journey? Just one thing that you would change.
I wish I would have known a long time ago the way I wanted to be and what I wanted to do.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that valuable information with us. Thank you, Marc Bernard. Find him on all the social media sites, which he can reiterate right now.
I can be found on Facebook at Proper Perspective Designs LLC, on Instagram at Proper Perspective Designs LLC. The email is Proper Perspective Designs LLC. And there's also Partlow 19. I'm sorry, the website is Proper Perspective Designs LLC. The email is PLOW1972@gmail.com.
Awesome. Well, that's it. Thank you for joining me on Tidbits with Christina Williams. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Later.